I've been wanting to learn a new skill, and pickleball has been literally at the top of my list. Lessons start today to help this highly competitive person succeed. Let's hope everything goes smoothly. New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5 in downtown Seattle, this is New Day Northwest.
Hello and welcome to New Day This Morning. I'm Kelly Hansen. We have some ice cream melting on set, and so we want to get right into our hot topics to start the show. My guests today are some real favorites. We have Seattle foodie Nelson Lau and producer Susie, and root beer floats, people, because it's National Root Beer Float Day, and we are obviously representing. Yeah. Please dig in. Did we have these as kids growing up, or is this also just right now in the rotation? Because
this is so nostalgic for me. My father made root beer with us, not always, and A&W was always a favorite.
The go-to?
But we would make root beer with the extract and everything, so it is very nostalgic for me.
I can't believe you made it.
It's actually not hard, but I don't do it. But my dad did it with the dry ice. It was so cool at the time. Always a frosty mug was in the freezer.
I know, this slaps. I'm not gonna lie, this is so good. Nelson, what about you?
Root beer, the word root beer, is there any ounce of beer or anything in there?
I don't think so.
I don't know where it came from.
Root beer is just always my go-to because it's usually caffeine free. And for some reason, I know you're a Diet Coke girly, and I do love a Diet Coke, but root beer, just if I'm at a restaurant for some reason and I just want to feel happy, I'm like, do you have root beer? And they're like,
what?
Sometimes they're like, maybe, It's that or Shirley Temple. They're like, are you okay?
No, I'm with you. My local grocery store carries root beer on the tap, so I think I'm the only one that brings a growler and doesn't fill up with beer. I fill up root beer.
Know which grocery store.
Oh, it's a market in on the east side. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I like that.
I like it. Okay, you guys, well, I know we're enjoying this ice cream, and please continue, but I can't help but wonder if you might like this next ice cream. Apparently, Frida released a breast milk flavored ice cream. Yes, I said that right. Okay, Frida and Oddfellow's breast milk ice cream is sweet, a little salty, smooth, and with hints of honey, apparently. I don't know. It obviously has this yellow hue.
That's the colostrum. Well, that flavored, the colostrum, which is the first milk that comes out when you breastfeed. It's the good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
It's the good stuff. I'm stunned because
I'm stunned. I truly have no words.
Also, how do they know? Who are the taste testers?
That's what I was wondering. Like, what percentage of men are actually going to eat this ice cream?
Yeah. But you were saying you saw that it's been selling out, right?
Yeah,
every time.
I guess it was limited the first time and it sold out, and so they brought it back and it's selling out.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a shtick. I just don't understand. Why?
I don't either. Like, we just come up with more and more flavors of things, and give me chocolate ice cream, mint chocolate chip. I just want the staples. Yeah. But
what about breast milk with mint chocolate?
I guess if one of my girlfriends was like, who, I think of a lot of them right now, new moms, if they're like, hey, I made some like homemade like ice cream and it does have my breast milk in it, I would try it. But I wouldn't.
Wait, what?
I would. I would be like, okay, sure.
I'm going back to the fact that one of your friends might do that. Would they?
I think some of them would. Because they make, homemade like baby food, and I don't know, I could just see if there were some like health benefits, I could see them.
Maybe and feed it to the baby?
Maybe.
I don't know. We're in such creative
I'm now like totally over here, but am I walking in a grocery store and saying, yes, that is what I want? And the yellow hue is also what's kind of freaking me out.
Off a little bit. I don't know. When I travel international, I want to try foreign foods and things like that. This would be considered a foreign food. I don't know if you like, what I'm craving right now? It's like this ice cream. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. Breastfeeding wasn't the best thing I did. I love my children, but I will say no. So this might be a trigger for me.
Fair. I feel like we got to move on. But Nelson, you're in the food space, so we want to know, do you ever get looks when you're outside filming? How do you deal with too if you don't like something that much? Because obviously authenticity is so important when you're reviewing a lot of these restaurants.
Yes, there are points where I have had certain dishes I was like, oh, this isn't my favorite. This isn't, and I will give feedback to the chefs. I'm just kind of like, this is a little bit too salty, or for my taste, I don't know if it's everybody else's. But that's the best part about going out for yourself and eating it, because I may like it and I tell people you should go try it, but then there's other people who are just like, oh, I had it and I didn't really quite like it, but I like this thing. So I think everybody has a different opinion. And and people that I bring a camera, right?
Right.
It's like, so I bring a camera. I don't just use my phone. So people will look and they're more curious than anything else. And
do they think you're like a food? I'm blanking on the but a critic.
Oh, right.
With their whole setup, because you're not just there with like your phone.
I mean, I have like a whole setup with
I
the
know.
camera, so they're more curious than anything else, and they look at it. And the best thing is that this past weekend, people have came to me and just, can we take a picture? Do you want us to take a picture of you? I was like, no, I don't want a picture of myself. I don't want my face in it. I want the food. So it's no problem.
I sometimes do get annoyed at my friends who take so many pictures of their food, and then I know they're not going to do anything with it. I'm just like, now, can we eat?
I have friends like that too. So I just try to be really efficient. I was like, okay, let's eat because the food's going to get cold.
I know. You want to enjoy the food when it's actually, but the camera always eats first, as everyone says. The subject in this next topic, this bear, I feel like knew exactly what it wanted for dinner, and it was the Kraken mascot, Bowie.
Oh, man.
Bowie and Kraken forward John Hayden were doing a promotional fly fishing video that you see right here in Alaska. Beautiful. But they were charged by a grizzly bear. I just don't know how I would react, and Bowie was so calm.
Bowie knew that you really aren't supposed to run from a bear, but I mean, they have to get out, so he kind of was calm. I mean, it's amazing. I thought this was a joke, staged.
People were asking, is it AI generated? Like because I don't know. I would freak out, but you can't run, like you said.
Maybe Bowie needs a side partner mascot now, a bear.
Yes. I wondered if he would take off his head just to show, so the bear, because the bear seems so interested in Bowie that I think if I was Bowie, I would be like, I am a person, please, throw the head somewhere, attack the head.
That's a good idea.
I don't know.
I'm just amazed how calm everybody is.
Right.
Because
we gotta get out.
I don't know.
They're just
look
like,
how
a bear
close
is
they
coming.
are. It is just absolutely incredible.
I think Bowie could have taken the bear. I feel like, I'm gonna say that odds. They need to do odds on it, right?
Oh gosh, I just, that is real and in Alaska. And oh my gosh, if I ever go to Alaska, I don't know if you'll catch me fly fishing. Just because this is my new Roman Empire, I'm really freaked out about it. Don't run. Do not run. Do not panic. Getting away from the bear, obviously smart. Doing the Nicki Minaj challenge, maybe not so smart.
Wow.
This has taken TikTok and social media by storm. You're balancing on stilettos. You can do it on so many different items and things. People have done little cups and
the original was her just on stilettos by a pool, but then people have taken it to a next level, right?
True.
Like you said, they're balancing on books and all sorts of things.
And recently an influencer from Russia did not fare so well. Oh, here we have the Today Show. So they were doing it too. You can see Jenna was crushing it. I saw that live. But this influencer from Russia, she's a new mom. She attempted the challenge and she actually fell off and broke her spine.
Oh my goodness.
Because she was trying to balance on what looked like protein powder or something with stilettos on a tall table like this, and it didn't work awry.
Oh no.
Any TikTok trends that we're doing? She is. This is what I'm talking about when she fell.
Sometimes I think, are we that stupid? I mean, I look at this and I think, come on, you're on a marble countertop with a baby bottle and something else. How have we become so
obsessed with these trends and
I was going to say stupid.
Okay, yeah.
How do we feel about posting our bloopers?
I love posting bloopers. I think that's so authentic.
You think it's authentic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not like it?
Oh, I like it, but I was like, I don't know if I fall down. I was like, I don't know if I want to post this.
If I'm breaking my spine and doing something like that, I would not let people know.
Excuse me. She actually said she became a star. With this, yeah, okay, she was just starting out, and now she's got lots of followers. So.
Well, was it worth it? I don't think so. Something else I want to talk about that has been going crazy on the internet. This boyfriend left his girlfriend passed out while he finished a High Rocks challenge. I don't know if you've seen this online. It's kind of been all over. This is the boyfriend in question. We see him with the circle
and down
there.
below, where I think they're attending to her.
Yes, to his girlfriend. So it was a partner competition. High Rocks. I have a lot of friends that are competing in this fitness competition. It's all across the country. And his partner, his girlfriend, passes out, and I guess he asked the judge, hey, do I need to wait for her? Can I continue to finish for timing? Because he's competitive, to say the least. And they said, well, yeah, I mean, you can just go, but hello.
Right.
And he left.
And he kept on doing it, and then she...
is she okay?
Paramedics are attending to her. Multiple paramedics.
And she is okay, but I also read that the rules are that he can't finish without her. So he couldn't have won.
So
I'm not sure.
I know. Apparently they said, yeah, you can. And so he just was like, okay, sayonara.
Yeah.
That would be a breakup for me. Is that
a deal breaker?
That is a deal breaker.
That's your bar?
That's my bar. My bar is low. But my bar is high with you guys. Thank you so much. That was so fun. And we're going to do it again because these folks are sticking around for more hot topics later in the show. Plus, I promised them we'd try the new McDonald's spicy sausage McMuffins. And we're going to talk conspiracy theories in every state. That'll be a trip for sure. But until then, let's go because we have new day more to continue. We'll be over in the kitchen with Poquitos. We're making express burritos. Their new menu just dropped. Yum. But up next, I'm working off this root beer float with a little pickleball with real coaching from the Pro Club. Am I up for the challenge? Probably not, but it will be entertaining. We'll be right back. Pickleball is still the fastest growing sport in the country, with cities and even private homeowners are putting in courts. And since National Pickleball Day is Friday, we thought it wouldn't hurt to get a few pro tips in. And Pro Club Pickleball coach Janelle Chow joins me now. Hello, hello.
Hello, Kelly.
I'm so excited. I've been wanting to take lessons forever, so I'm very excited to hear your tips. But first, how did it become so popular? It kind of feels like it came out of nowhere.
Definitely. So pickleball is an easy sport to learn. It uses a wiffle ball and just a paddle, and then we have a net right here and some friends. So it's so easy to learn. We're able to kind of dink and hit back to each other all the time, and we can play with anyone. So I can play with my teenager, or I can play with 60 or 70-year-old people. We can play with everyone.
All ages, like not
all
too
ages.
Intense playing, would you say? I mean, I guess it probably
And it's
could
so
be.
easy to learn. Like, we'll teach you today.
I hope so. It's good for you, obviously, getting out and working out, but it's also great for the community. Talk to me about that.
Definitely. So like Pro Club, we have 5 permanent courts, and we're able to kind of bring everyone together for open play. And so that way people can come out of their houses, they can socialize, they can make friends, and they can play pickleball.
Can you take lessons at the
Yes,
Pro Club too?
definitely.
So you can.
Lessons, there's camps, there's just a lot of get-togethers that you can come play the best sport ever.
Okay, well, here we go. I think we're gonna give it a whirl, and to do that, we're bringing out the big guns. Okay, we're gonna get some tips as we're playing. Come on out, boys. We have a small court, obviously, set up, and we're bringing in another coach, Kieran, and he's gonna help talk us through everything. And then Nelson is here. Woo, woo, woo. He stayed. I'm gonna put the cards down because I need literally all the help I can get. But walk us through, because this is my first time.
Kieran's going to tell us about the dinking.
Okay.
Yeah, so the fundamental part of pickleball is dinking, and being able to keep it light over the net to not give your opponents an easy volley. So you want to keep it low over the net.
Low.
And make it bounce in something that we call the kitchen. This is it, perfect. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Anybody else that they're like, high
yeah.
kick? Oh, sorry, that came in hot.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Nice athletic stance, and just nice and
Nice.
soft,
Oh.
right over that net.
I'm like
There we go.
panicking right now, but I feel like I
This is
need
great.
to chill.
Oh, you're doing great.
You're doing
and sometimes
great,
you
Kelly.
can volley it as well.
Do you not want, so you want it to bounce every time? Do you not get a point, or does it not count if you're just going
You
crazy?
can do whatever you want to do. Ideally, you want to keep it low over the net if you can. If not, then you'll get a point where you'll be doing volleys back and forth, be a little bit quicker. So me and Janelle can show you a little bit what that might look like.
Nelson and I are like, sure.
You'll be doing dinking, and sometimes you go into these volleys just a little bit quicker. Oh. And sometimes it'll slow down and you go back to dinking again after.
Oh my God.
There we go.
I only know how to hit it this way.
Yeah. So
Okay.
It'll switch back and forth between fast and slow points. And that's why pickleball's so great, is because you have a combination of the two.
And how big is the court usually?
Definitely a little bigger than this, but not
Just slightly. Oh
Probably
my
a
gosh,
third.
see, it's that backhand.
Okay.
probably a third of the size of a tennis court.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. There we go. Love it.
And like, how do you know when you win? I mean, the competitive spirit is.
So usually
is in
games
me.
are to 11,
11.
and you have 2 serves as well, 2 servers
Oh my
as
gosh.
well, and so you're able to have fun that way, and they go by fast.
Is it kind of like tennis with the serving, or how does that work?
Not really. You have to be able to serve to get a point, and so there's a big different scoring system, which we'll go into that way later.
Oh, okay, so we're
but
just.
right now we're just focusing on.
Is this what you tend to do for new people that are starting?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are they working with the wall? Are they doing this partner work?
You can work on a wall, that'll be actually by yourself, that'll be perfect. If you can with a partner over the net, so you have the feel of the court and everything, that'll be the best thing to do, is on the court with a partner, just dinking to begin with. Yeah.
Is there a side to, like, when I'm serving, am I supposed to serve to you, or is there like certain?
It's like tennis. Like if I'm on the right side, I would serve to Nelson on my opposite side, and then say if we get the point, then we would switch. So you would go over here on the right side, over here, then I would serve to Kieran over here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should Nelson talk to me about your experience too with pickleball? Is this your first time like me, or are you a pro?
My friends and wives are absolutely obsessed with it. They love playing, and they actually belong to pickleball clubs. And then in the summertime, they'll play outdoors. And I was telling them, there's 20 courts in one place, and it's intense as everybody's playing. Pickleballs, wiffle balls flying everywhere.
Yeah. And my mom actually introduced me to the sport.
She did.
Yeah, she got me and my husband into it, and so we've been playing since COVID, since 2020, like all the time. And so Mama Chow, she plays 2 to 3 times a day.
Mama Chow, shout out to you.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think it's gotten so popular? Where is this claim to fame with pickleball?
I think it's just how it's pretty easy to pick up, and the combination of it being slow and fast paced, being able to work and play with different people, different ages, like Janelle said at the beginning. I think that's why it's so good. It's just fun, it brings the community together, and it's just a fun sport to play.
Okay, I feel like I'm gonna go back to my side because is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
So we all come together.
And here we go. We have about a minute, and we're gonna try and volley. And you're going down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bring it. Dad, I'm athletic. Look at me. Woo. Okay. Oh gosh. No, don't.
Go, Kelly.
Nope. I'm all about the
Nice.
bounce.
Love it.
Nice and slow. Nice
go.
and slow.
So you won the point.
Oh, yay! We should probably no, I'm just kidding. We should probably end on a high note. I don't know. Oh gosh, see, okay, he knows how to. Oh, but I did it that time.
You did it.
I'm getting better.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Here you go, Kelly.
Look at that.
Good job,
The
Kelly.
drama. Okay, thank you so much. You guys keep playing. That's
welcome.
amazing. And coming up next, are you ready to shake off that summer brain? Up next, book picks to get young minds buzzing before school's back in session. Oh, yes! Oh, no! I was so proud of myself. Well, summer is starting to wind down, but there's still plenty of time to fire up young imaginations. Warren Chin is a children's librarian with Seattle Public Libraries, and he joins us now with some great book picks to really re-energize young minds and ease the shift back into school. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good. I love talking books. I have a book club, everything. This is exciting. And I want to get into your picks because you have about 4 you want to get into today. Starting with One Day at the Bottom of the Blue Sea. Tell me about this one.
So this is a beautiful a picture book by Danielle Bernstrom, and it's about a girl in the sea, and then there's a shark that she encountered with. And the shark wanted to eat the little girl. But the little girl said, oh, don't eat me, let's go around the ocean together and we'll find you something better to eat. So they go around the ocean and find different little creatures and see what they can do, but it's all very comical and very humorous encounters along the way.
Gosh, I'm looking at all these illustrations and they are very cute. And just, I guess you're not, don't judge a book by its cover type of friendship. Is that
Exactly.
a little bit of the theme there?
Yes, there's so many themes in this. It's also you learn about marine life.
True.
As well.
That's amazing. Okay, I like that one.
Yeah.
Next up, the Gun Luck and the Heroes. Gumluck and the Heroes. What's this one about?
Yes, this is a very easy chapter book by Adam Rex. So it's about the wizard Gumluck. And then he's starting in this series, this new book, he starts on an adventure with his new party of warrior and archer and a thief. And they go around discovering mythical creatures. And yeah, and he learned a lot about like friendship and teamwork along the way. And what's this easy about is like there's also pictures along with the easy chapter reading as well.
Yeah, what age group would a book like this, a chapter book like this, be best for, would you say?
I would say like when you're starting to read into chapters, you know, so I would say this is around the 6 to 8 year old range, you know, and this is just a segue to get into reading chapter books, you know, and it's also a great tool to read into fantasy realm to learn about goblins and you know.
I always
dragons.
love a fantasy. That's so cute. I love the illustrations in that. Again, we're moving right along to your third pick. We Are Big Time. What's this one about?
This is written by Hannah Khan. This is a graphic novel or comic book. This is inspired on a real life story that's based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in which it stars about a high school all girls basketball team. And so you get to learn about all the things that's happening within the team and also in the community. And then there's a lot of like serious conversations as well as comical interactions that happen on the team throughout their game days.
Yeah, and these themes, so this is a graphic novel. And
Yes.
this is, you were telling me earlier, you love a graphic novel, right?
Yes, I grew up with manga, so I read like Japanese comics, so yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So this is a great medium, so a lot of people, graphic novels are very popular amongst kids. This is a great way to read books and learn more about stories and everything.
Yeah, okay. Graphic novels, I feel like I never really knew a lot about, but they're so big, like you said right now.
They are.
This looks beautiful. Okay, Explore the Salish Sea Nature Guide for Kids.
Yes. So this is by Joseph Gatos and Audrey Benedict, and they're part of the Sea Dog Society that's based in Washington. And their society focus on marine wildlife and just expand the education of it. So there's beautiful photographs here.
Oh my
and you learn a lot of
gosh.
all the marine wildlife ecosystem. You learn from river otters to octopus and tidal waves and even shore birds as well. So this is a great way to just learn more about all the fun stuff.
I know. These pictures are absolutely
Very
beautiful.
gorgeous, very beautiful, and then I've seen so many beautiful variations of sea stars, you know? So
Yes.
one I love is a sunflower star that looks like a sunflower.
Oh, wow. Learning so much there. Okay, can you spotlight a few programs, too, at the library that can help kids really dive into reading and learn?
Okay, one upcoming thing that's coming up is tomorrow. So tomorrow at the Burke Museum, there's going to be a summer learning celebration that's all day. And they have fun to connect with librarians and also the Burke Museum staff to learn more about reading and the joy of everything.
That's
summer
so
have to
good.
offer.
And you
Yeah.
also were talking about your next 5. So I love this.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
So your Next 5 is a great online tool, and what you do is you go to that site and you plug in books that you love to read, you don't like to read, and then it will send up to a librarian, and then the librarian will provide a book list of titles you should read based on your preferences.
Amazing. Anything else you really want everyone to know about?
Oh man, there's so many things.
How much time?
I know, yeah. One thing I want to highlight is like we do have the museum pass, you know,
Oh,
so the
yeah.
museum pass is back, and you can go to the library's website and you can go to different museums around Seattle for free, you know, Seattle Art Museum, the Nordic Museum, so many.
Oh my gosh. Warren, thank you so much for showcasing these amazing picks and telling us all about the Seattle Public Library and all the programs. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes. And when we come back, we're headed to the kitchen with Capitol Hill's Poquitos. They have a delicious new burrito special that you won't want to miss. So think taste testing and folding up a burrito.
It's a new day.
Welcome back. Lunch on Capitol Hill is about to get tastier and fast. Poquitos, located in the heart of the Pike and Pine corridor, is launching their new express burritos. And here to show us what it's all about is their chef, Kelly Wilson. Welcome to New Day, Kelly Squared.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm great.
Good morning.
Mexican food and Poquitos is just one of my favorite restaurants. Truly, I was just there on Monday, which is embarrassing to say, but I never get tired of it. So,
how could you?
What are you showing me how to make today?
So we're going to be showing 2 different types of burritos. They're going to be part of our express lunch program.
Oh.
So time is money, money is time, and you get value and save you some time with our express burrito program.
Oh my gosh.
So over here we have the pollo adobado, which is chicken thigh that's been marinated in achote. Achote is a paste made with annatto seeds.
I was gonna ask what that is.
It's very similar to like a al pastor marinade. So it's the achote, pineapple, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of oil.
Okay.
So we marinate our chicken thighs in that, and then we grill those off, and then we dice those.
And then you're heating that up in a pan with just some peppers,
Yeah,
right?
these are poblano rajas. Rajas are basically roasted peppers that have been peeled and then julienned.
Not spicy with these peppers.
These are, no, not really.
Mild.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So this is one part protein for the burrito. And then over here I have the birria. Birria is probably my favorite one. It's birria. It comes from Jalisco, the state in central Mexico. Responsible for tequila, for pozole, menudo, so how could you go wrong?
I know.
And
What's the flavor profile with this? I don't know if I've ever tried
it's
this.
it's almost like a stew. It's almost like, I guess, almost like a pot roast, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what it's
kind of
looking
in
like.
there that are guajillo and ancho, and then spices including some canela or cinnamon, allspice, black pepper, and then a little bit of apple cider vinegar as well.
Wow. And that all is in here in this like stew profile.
So we braise the chuck. You take a flavorful cut of meat, usually chuck that's a shoulder that kind of has a lot of flavor. Braise that for a long time, slow and low, develop a lot of flavors. And then the essential part of birria is also the consomme, which is actually part of the dipping sauce that we have in this burrito. So the idea with our burritos is comes with an accompanying dipping sauce, and then chips and salsa too. So it's a good value.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And for lunch, like you said, I need like
On the fly.
fast, yummy, and hopefully not too expensive.
We could have it out before you get a margarita. So.
Oh my gosh.
So
Say less. Okay, here we go. We're gonna
start
heat
making
up the
burritos here.
tortillas.
So heating up the flour tortilla, this is called a comal.
Oh.
It's also used for toasting chilies. Basically, you can use a griddle or a saute pan, a cast iron pan.
It really makes all the difference too on like a stovetop or a griddle, because sometimes I put it in the microwave, I'm embarrassed to say. And it's not the same. It's not good. It's not good.
What you have, yeah. So we're basically just heating those up until they're pliable.
Perfect.
Go ahead and do yours.
I'm going to do mine
And
next.
In the meantime, I'm going to start building mine.
Yes.
A little bit of shredded Monterey cheese.
Oh, I know. I'm really intrigued because I have a really hard time wrapping a burrito, so I really want to focus on, you know, how you're doing it.
So what I like to do is kind of do on the closest third, I suppose, of the tortilla.
Third. Now we're talking math. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I think mine is warm. Okay.
Yeah, just until it's pretty much pliable. And so with yours, you want to kind of get like
a good chunk of meat.
A good chunk of meat.
What are all the protein too with the express burritos? Is it these two, or do you have other options?
There's a vegetarian. It's going to be black beans and then Monterey cheese.
Oh, that's awesome.
So a little bit of juice in there is not a big thing. That's what you want.
Wow, you're really piling mine on. I'm a little concerned that I won't be able to wrap this, but.
Well, we'll make it. It's pliable. And then I've got a little bit of pickled red onions here.
Yum.
And then some chopped cilantro.
Oh my gosh.
All right, and so here's what we're going to do. We're going to fold the
hamburger
sides. First the sides.
And then
almost like a sushi roll, you're going to pull it back to. And then and then we got a breaker, but that's okay because what I like to do.
See, I like seeing that not everything has to be perfect, so it still isn't like a throwaway. Like,
not at all.
Okay.
And
you want the juice in there.
Absolutely, yeah. And so I'm gonna
so again, fold
the sides,
rotate, roll, sushi roll, and then that's how we're getting the sear on that, which looks so beautiful.
Use a grill, but it looks a little bit nicer like that.
It does.
But what you like to do here is actually it'll help seal it too.
Yes. So it's not bursting. How long am I waiting to seal it on both sides, would you
probably
say?
about maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds or so.
Okay. Ooh, and are you putting a
A
little?
little bit of consomme.
Oh.
So this is really flavorful. It's got all the spices and chilies in there.
Gosh.
And then
And what's the vibe at the restaurant at Poquitos for someone that hasn't been there?
it's super chill. It's such a neighborhood restaurant. We've been there for over 14 years now, I believe. And so it's a staple. It's right there in the Pike Pine corridor, right across from Numo's. It's sort of like a landmark for Capitol Hill. So
I
definitely
totally
happy
agree.
to be there.
When you see the lights, you're like, yes, I'm home. And talk to me too about the happy hour specials too.
Happy hour. So we do a ocho hour.
How
so
is that?
All the items are $8. Yeah. So
All the items.
all the items, including drinks. So these will actually include the burritos as well, but we kind of up the value a little bit. We include a guacamole and a queso for instead of the dip. So
Oh my
a little more value there. We
goodness.
have nachos. We have lots of stuff. Of course,
Yeah.
lots of drinks.
So many. Okay, so I'm gonna dive in here
Go for
and,
it.
and taste test. And while I'm doing that, I feel like seasonal too, we were talking earlier, is super important. You know, you're always rotating things on the menu. And so tell me about your seasonal items.
No, well, right now we've got the esquites, which includes corn, which is super seasonal right now. We're getting that out of
Summer.
Eastern Washington. So yeah, definitely the height of corn season, and staying with seasonal ingredients. So yeah.
Wow, this is fantastic. That juice in there
Yeah.
is so incredible. I'm gonna dunk some more while we go to break. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And up next, we have a silent danger caught just in time, how one scan is transforming the fight against heart disease. So make sure to stay with us for this important conversation. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the U.S., and too often it goes undetected. My next guest was a healthy 54-year-old and hiker with no symptoms, but a precautionary heart scan discovered a serious blockage that led to a life-saving stint. Zach Lyson joins me now, along with the cardiovascular radiologist who helped spot the danger, Dr. Kimberly Brokenbrough. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. And Zach, I want to talk with you first, if you don't mind. You weren't experiencing any symptoms, like we just said. So why did you decide to get a heart scan?
Yeah, a couple things happened in a short period of time. My son's golf course, he was at his golf course, and a guy about my age passed away, had a heart attack on the course and passed. And so he called me and talked to me about that. And then shortly thereafter, I was listening to a sports podcast, and they had a doctor on talking about get a calcium scan. It's the #1 cause of death for men, so you should get one. So those two things happened in a really short period of time, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. So I did it.
Yeah, and obviously, got to be you probably will never forget that day when you're told about the blockage. So walk me through how this kind of came about and when they told you.
Yeah, I got the scan done, and I was kind of waiting for the results, and I thought I was just checking a box. I wasn't really thinking, there would be anything, and then the doctor came and sat down and started talking to me very seriously, and I'm like, okay, this is serious. And so, yeah, it was quite a shock. I was not expecting it at all. I feel like I'm pretty healthy and live a healthy lifestyle, and so didn't think that was something I needed to worry about.
I bet so many people at home are thinking that you're doing everything right, you're eating healthy, you're hiking, and then you get this news. So, doctor, I want to get to you. You gave Zach a coronary CT scan. So can you explain for everyone what that is?
Sure. It's a CT scan that we look at the blood vessels of the heart. So we give contrast, and the contrast enables us to see both the soft plaque, and we look at the calcified plaque.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and that's kind of what we're seeing there. This is the inside of an artery?
Yeah, so the first frame is a normal artery. The second frame is fatty plaque. The third frame is fibrous plaque. And the fourth is showing two different things. There's some calcified plaque there, which is kind of the end stage of atherosclerosis. And then if it ruptures, it's a heart attack. If this happens in the brain, it's a stroke. And so, and then that third frame will show that if little bits can break off and cause dementia, and if it's in the neck or in the brain, and then congestive heart failure, or even electrical problems in the heart. So we want to kind of get rid of all that soft plaque. In the CT scan, the coronary CT angiogram shows that soft plaque that is more likely to rupture than the calcified plaque.
And why is this particularly powerful too in detecting silent heart disease to have this scan?
Yeah, so 50% of people who have heart attacks, that's their first sign of a heart attack or heart disease.
Wow.
And so we can catch it early and it's super treatable.
I know, talk to me about early detection then.
Yeah, so the best way to see it is, I mean, there's, what we recommend is getting the coronary CT angiogram with contrast to show the soft plaque for men at 40 and women at 50 if they have high cholesterol, diabetes, family history of heart disease, hypertension, taking exogenous testosterone, or first responders. These people are all at increased risk of heart disease and a heart attack. So it's best just to know early, and the medications are incredibly good and can melt it like Drano. It's like a dirty pipe and you clean it with the medications.
That's such a good visual to understand. And so even if someone's asymptomatic though, I mean, obviously you just went through that list on someone that's at a higher chance, but you're saying that they should still go in and get this scan. Can you speak to that?
Yeah. I mean, just as I said, like half of people that have heart attacks, that's their first sign. So you don't want that to be your first sign. You want your first sign to be me telling you, you know, there's some soft plaque here and we can get rid of it. You just take the medications. Diet and exercise can help some, but sometimes you need the medications to really clean up the problem.
Yeah.
And it is treatable. That's what's so awesome about it. It's not a death sentence. It's just something that needs to be taken care of, and you take care of it and you go along your merry way.
And you can live a very long, fulfilled life.
Absolutely.
And Zach, I want to talk to you too, for anyone that's watching at home that is unsure about getting this. What would you say from your own experience?
Yeah, I'd say get it done. You know, it's easy to do, doesn't take long, and I'm really grateful to be treating this proactively, you know, not having to deal with it in a reactive way. So getting out in front of it, proactive is a good way to go.
Yes. Thank you so much to both of you for being here. Thank you, Zach, for sharing your story. And I think this is really important for people to know this information.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And to learn more about what we discussed today, just visit the website that you see right there on your screen. And right now, CardioVision has a special offer for New Day viewers. Get $50 off a preventative heart health package with the code SummerNewDayNW. And next up, more hot topics when we come back, including McDonald's new spicy egg McMuffin. We're gonna try it out for you. Plus, what conspiracy theory does our state obsess over the most? It might surprise you.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by CardioVision.
It's a new day.
And we couldn't say goodbye without one more round of hot topics. And don't worry, Nelson and Susie are back. Ooh yeah, you know what that sound means. It's time to have a spicy McMuffin with egg.
I've been waiting.
I did not eat breakfast this morning, so I'm very excited for this. McDonald's just came out with this new, no please, dive in, taste it. A spicy sausage McMuffin with egg. You don't get egg on yours,
like
Susie?
eggs, but I love a sausage McMuffin, no egg.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm all in, and I guess it's the sauce that makes it look spicier here. You're a foodie, Nelson, so I'm very intrigued. I'm gonna dive in. Susie, what do you think?
There's a hit right there. That is some spice. That's spicy.
Oh.
Right off the top.
That does oh wow.
Yeah.
We might need our root beer floats again.
I know.
We might need a little,
milk.
was this a hot wings challenge? What do you think? You don't think it's that spicy? I think it's really spicy too.
I think
It's
it's very
sriracha.
spicy.
It's a little spicy.
Yeah.
No, it's got a bold flavor to it.
Did we need it? I thought the sausage muffin is pretty perfect on its own, so I'm not sure I need the spice.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
you're
know what
right.
you
I don't
guys-
think this, I love things that are spicy, but this is not, this is a little much.
Oh, I like it. It's a
like
change of
it?
pace.
You like it?
It's a change of pace.
Sometimes I just think they mess with the classics, or they feel like we need something more all the time. It just seems like every time you pull up to, well, for McDonald's, me a lot because I get the Diet Cokes, but I see a new sandwich all the time, and I think, is
Marketing,
it because we're all ADHD about our food, or
It is. I'm not a fan of like those hot Cheetos, taco shells, or whatever those.
Yeah, the Doritos, all those new sticks.
But I do like it when they discontinue an item and they bring it back. I am the first one in line if the McRib, whenever the McRib comes back. I was like, I will always eat a McRib. I love a McRib. I don't know why.
What was that fish one too that I feel like was also a hot commodity there? I don't know. I never ordered it. McChicken for me. Add cheese, no mayo. That's the go-to.
Oh, with cheese. Okay, yeah.
There we go.
I like the cheeseburger there.
Okay.
But made to order.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make sure of that. Okay, and speaking of spicy, you guys, the internet is swooning over a new relationship between these two actors, Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. This is so cute. I saw them. They're on like a little like tour, you know, talking about their
Naked Gun.
Yes, and they are just smitten over each other. You can tell.
Yeah.
And I was watching their interviews on the Today Show. Heart eyes. I'm such a fan.
I remember, I think it was like 16, 17 years ago, his wife died, Natasha Richardson, in the ski accident. And you were so heartbroken for him. And this is the first, I guess, real relationship love that he's had. And I know,
it's a movie like that kind of write itself, and I guess his family's really supportive too over this relationship.
Her family, his deceased wife's family.
Yes,
is really
exactly.
Into it, so.
And Pamela Anderson has been having a moment. Everyone's talking about how, you know, she stopped wearing makeup, and that's kind of a big thing. And then obviously she's fantastic, I hear, in this new film with them. But what do you think about this romance?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, so he was in Star Wars, so is that, and also in Taken. I like Taken too.
I love
his movies.
I love
But
Taken
he said
so
he didn't like being in Taken, like he's like embarrassed by himself in Taken, and that's one of the best things that I think he was in.
He has a special set of skills.
He does.
I mean, I remember when Taken came out.
I was going to say that, but I let you take that one.
I love it so much. I remember when Taken came out, and I turned to my husband, and he knew what I was thinking, and he goes, yeah. Our kids get taken, they have no hope because I do not have those skills.
I would be screwed to say, like, no offense to my lovely parents as well.
I told my girls when they went on trips like that, neither your father or I have any special skills like that.
So please be careful. But we love
that
you.
we're so positive about something in Hollywood. And of course it'll go, you know, I'm sure at some point things negative will happen, but for a moment, we're just sitting in this kind of positive glow.
Oh, yes. And it was just when they were joking around and being smitten, like fake making out and stuff, but like on the show. But it actually is real. Like they are in a relationship, and that's what made me really excited. Okay, since we're talking about love, what's the best state to find love? Do we have any guesses before I tell you the top one?
Best date, I don't know. I was thinking maybe somewhere on the West Coast, maybe.
I know. I kind of thought
California.
I was thinking California or Hawaii.
Even New York City, because it's romantic sometimes.
But North Dakota, you guys, that's the best. It ranks #1 overall for singles in 2025, thanks to its affordability, low unemployment, and low scam rates. Okay, Wisconsin takes second with one of the highest nightlife scores, really, and a strong percentage of never married residents.
I think Wisconsin.
What? And then Rhode Island has the highest dating interest in the U.S. with over 3,000 Google searches per 100,000 residents. Hawaii, though, is ranked dead last, you guys, due to its high cost of living and lack of bars and clubs. And southern states dominate the bottom of the list, too, with Kentucky and Idaho also scoring low due to limited dating scenes and economic hurdles. And I heard Washington, I think, is 44th on the list. And I'm like, I guess that tracks.
I guess the idea that it's so expensive to go on a date.
Yes.
Maybe, because I actually did go on a first date with somebody
from North Dakota.
I wish, because maybe they would have been more into like going on a date, but they were complaining about how expensive it is. They're like, every time I take someone on a date just for drinks, it's like $60.
That's very romantic to complain.
And it was like right away, and I was looking at what to order, and I had a wine that I wanted to order, but I saw that the price was more expensive, and I did, because he mentioned that right away, I did kind of panic and think, I should find something less expensive on this list.
Was there a second date?
There was not a second date. Good question.
North Dakota said the average date was about $84. I don't get out of the restaurant without spending $100 down around the
easily,
Seattle, Washington
If you're going to
area.
dinner, but you should just go on a walk around Green Lake, do something like that.
Maybe
be out
we
in
need
the
to
open.
change that culture.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of states, you guys, I want to get to this one. Someone has taken the time to find out the most popular conspiracies in every state. Washington. What do we think?
We all have our
and we
cheat
have a
sheets.
list. We do have a cheat sheet to look at this.
Washington is chemtrails.
Oh.
Which is kind of like, Oregon,
What
Washington.
happened to the good old conspiracy theories like Bigfoot and Sasquatch in the Pacific Northwest?
Well, North Dakota moon landing was fake. That's their conspiracy theory.
I think it's amazing that 5 states think the Illuminati is controlling everything.
Yes.
That's California, Hawaii,
Oh my
Minnesota, Wisconsin, where your date is,
There, I know.
and Alaska.
Bye, I'm going to Wisconsin. Flat Earth, Illinois.
Earth. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
there
thought
are
that
some
was
famous
interesting.
celebrities that believe in flat
Flat
Earth
Earth,
theories, like a famous basketball, Kyrie Irving, I know, believes in flat Earth, and there's a lot of other ones.
Yeah, and then what
Princess
else?
Diana.
Yes, that was really interesting.
South Dakota.
They
believes
think
Princess was
she was married or murdered.
Yeah, instead of it just being a casual car accident.
And then 9/11 was an inside job. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Michigan, and Ohio.
That's a lot.
So 6 of the states for that one.
And JFK assassination cover-up, which I think is so common, especially for older people, right?
Yes. Massachusetts for that one, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, Maryland, Delaware, New Hampshire,
that makes
and
sense.
Maine.
That's that whole New England area where the Kennedys were from.
Okay, that makes sense. You guys, thank you so much. Please, keep thinking about your conspiracy theories. Eat your sausage McMuffin. We need some ice cream to wash it down. Thank you to you all for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content, and you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and of course, we'll see you next time.